Tighten the trigger down first, nice and tight, smooth, even. Beautiful. Come on back, come on back, come on back. Charge it up, tighten it down, tighten it smooth, tighten it.
Hey guys, my name is Christian Mitri. I took the private classes with Steve Cohen, and this is what I did. Actually, it was the most amazing experience. I learned a lot. Definitely, I was completely wrong about so many other things. It's a lot of fake people out there until you get to know Steve. Steve is the real deal.
Or whatever, keep it from spraying directly back into your face. So when you go ahead and deploy this, you're going to want to do 2 to 3 second bursts. So bang, 1, 2, 3. Assess the situation. You might like to also bring it back so that he doesn't just grasp it out of your hands, you know, once the struggle ensues. Now, talking about the cover and evac, as I said, something happens unexpected. A guy comes out here with spitting, you know, unfriendly words at us or screaming about the Quran or something like that. We might have to take action. We're handy, we have our vehicle. A guy comes, bah, 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 fuck you, and he's got a knife or he's a nice ridge hand here and just hit them in the stomach real quick. They're gonna bend forward, you're gonna grab the back of their neck and just manhandle them into the car. Go, into the car, run. And that way, it's nice and easy. No having to deal with a stiff piece of crap.
All right, let me show you how to do those step by step. All right, here's the 5 techniques, low motion. So I do this. These are blocking, it's not a technique yet, but here we do this, 长着, right to the neck or to the jaw. All right, from here, I'm going to grab his neck, okay, and then do uppercut. So this uppercut from the second form, 长q, right? From the hip, uppercut. From here, I'm going to trap here, do a 拍掌, which is a horizontal elbow, just horizontal. Before we did the 拍掌, which is diagonal, this is 拍掌, horizontal. So this goes right directly up across the temple there, or across the chin. All right, the next one I'm going to do is 顶掌. So I'm going to go boom, right to his chest, right there. Boom. All right, that will destroy the side point process and basically obliterate his chest there, okay? Hey, welcome to Combative Wing Chun. Today I'm going to show you the top 10 Wing Chun techniques. So top 10 Wing Chun techniques. Let's show it to you step by step. Here we go. All right, let's slow it down for you and show you some of these techniques. So punch and kick. The first one is view cell, so they can get a certain line. View cell just goes straight up. My target is to his eyes. And at the same time, I'm redirecting his punch. Second one is fox cell. I'm going to do this. Target is to his neck. Let's see, he doesn't block. Boom, I just got him right in the neck. Fox cell. Go this way or chop this way. That's the second one, right? So view cell. Fox out. He blocks this one, that's okay. Allow him to daijia. So right on the ribs here. This is the pressure point, okay? Ribs. Next one, I'm going to trap him here and to do a guaizhang. So elbow. This goes right on the jaw, on this part, or down to the neck. I like it right on the jaw, or you can do it on the temple here. So this is a guaizhang. It actually goes in a diagonal, comes up and goes diagonally down, like that. Another target for this is the chest. In this case, since he's angled this way, I'm going to guaizhang to his jaw. Right? Next one, I'm going to do tam, and then do it just a jingzhou. You can even substitute this with a punch or a jingzhou. Okay? So jingzhou, just hit him on the chest, right in the middle, or you can go in the face, but that'll be ugly. So we just, in training, we're just going to hit in the chest. All right, so those are a few moves right there. Hey, do you want to see a bonus move? Here's a bonus move for you. So we're here, remember we did a 拍掌, and then you do a 顶掌, but let's say he blocks it, then we can do this. Back fist, my favorite, from Bruce Lee. Okay, so those are the top 10 Wing Chun techniques. Help you.
Все знают, вот, например, что такое боевой нож. Хотя это понятие условное, нет такого вообще как такового боевого ножа. Ну просто есть статья, то есть вот по вот этому ножу будет статья. Его однозначно посчитают боевым. Больше ладони, и его однозначно подведут. По другим, то есть посмотрите, я вписываться, и меня как бы я расслабляюсь, если у меня, то есть вот посмотрите, но в то же время мои руки, они контролируют это все, и какие-то эти вещи там, да, то есть вот оно движение, раз, и смотрите, вот, я посмотрел, у тебя раз, тебе вниз как бы живота, да, вот, я тебе как бы сверху, потому что ответственность у каждого персонажа. Сделал и сразу результат. Или же сразу убегать, как бы. Вот, я сейчас сошел, вот я. Вот, да. Вот уже. Ногу под, сразу колено здесь по и теперь ручки делают контроль. И видно, я его в плоскость такую вывожу. И ухожу сразу. Если есть... Видно? Раз, смотрите, и вот здесь уже, но, вот я веду, вот ты видишь, опять же, смотрите, и видно по-любому есть контроль, и видно рука, локоть идет на болевой. То есть посмотрите.
Okay, now we're going back to the same basic thread, and this thread will be deflecting until my thumb reaches the third knuckle, then I'm grabbing, this hand's coming in, I'm pointing it towards him, and I'm taking it down in such a way that it's going to result in me again controlling the weapon, my finger on the trigger, and the whole thing ends right here. Or I can disarm. I've still got it on here and end the situation like that. Koregashi. Koregashi from behind. I'm going to clear it. Sorry, come between my shoulder blades. Koregashi from behind. I'm going to clear it and take it down. Let's do it from this side. So you can see what happens. Clearing here, taking control, finishing it off. Easy disarm. If the gun is pushed right up against me, up against my chest, I can simply turn my body to get out of the, to clear the trajectory path of the bullet, come up, trap here, turn towards him, becomes unsustainable for him. Again, my small circle jiu-jitsu is coming in very nicely for me at this point in time. Okay? Sorry about that, Joe. Watch again. Here, I've got control of the weapon. In a situation like this, I can bring this hand, in, and take him out like that. As you can see, my small circle jiu-jitsu is still very much in play here. Coming from behind again, if I don't turn the correct way, if I turn the incorrect way, I can just use that exact same technique that I used when the gun was pointed at me from the side. So it makes no difference whether I'm coming in from the side or whether I'm coming in from the back. So a weapon in my back, I can clear here. Just by turning my body, clearing the weapon, taking control, moving in, strike, reaching behind, pulling down, up comes the knee. Bring in the elbow. Finish the technique right there. Okay, sometimes the weapon might be concealed in the pants, maybe covered by a t-shirt. He doesn't want to wave the weapon around in public or a semi-public situation. In this instance, I'm going to control the weapon by grabbing the gun hand with my right hand to his right hand. My left hand is going to control the elbow joint. I'm then going to sweep him in a major outer sweep. In this case, I'm going to sweep him over here, just so that you can see him coming down. I'm then going to push this down towards the ground, creating this control situation with my hand. This allows me to disarm him and take control of the weapon. Here he goes. Probably, we're going to revise, should I say, what's probably going to be the most useful technique that you will learn out of this seminar, and that is the wrist counter. Okay? The wrist counter works very well whether a threat or an attack is coming higher or whether a threat or attack is coming low down. It works both ways, all right? In our particular style of fighting, you need to understand the difference between your fingers being up on top or your fingers being below or down, okay? With this first technique, we're going to deal fingers up on top. And here, I'm going to take control of the weapon with one hand, bring my other hand in. My fingers are going to run along the top of his fingers, the palm of my hand pushing down on my thumb, and I can take him straight down to the ground and finish, okay? Or I can roll him over and disarm right there, still controlling the hand. In a different response, see, once I've got both my hands to this knife, it's now my knife. As I take him down, his neck is going to come in close. At this point, I can reverse, slice the neck, stab, stab, and then take him down and take over the knife. When he's coming with a lower thrust, I can deflect down here. Notice my fingers are on top of his hand. Grab and bring this hand in, turn and perform the end game. Coming with an overhead attack, block here, take control, and again, exactly the same motion. When he's pointing the knife into my back, again, deflect, take control, and finish. Or disarm it. Here we have a series of straight arm locks. In this first one, Jared's going to use his armpit to put an arm bar onto the attacker. And then once he's got the attacker in this position, he can disarm him by pushing the blunt edge of the knife away. And now he's controlling the weapon. You'll notice in almost all of our techniques, the weapon ends up with the defender rather than with the attacker. Watch this again, we'll slowly take it a little bit faster. A rising thrust from down below. It's obviously not possible for Jared to do the same technique that he's just done. So in this kind of low upward thrusting motion, where he's coming for the lower belly, Jared is going to use a blocking motion and then turn it into either a bent arm lock or a straight arm lock. Okay, in this next attack, Malcolm's going to come with a thrust towards my belly, which I'm going to kind of block and accept with an X block. Notice my right hand's the one on top, my left hand's at the bottom. At this point, my left hand is going to reach underneath and trapping his wrist inside the crook of my arm, I'm going to put him into a straight arm lock there. So I'm pushing down here, I'm lifting up slightly there, it drops his head down here, I can come in with the knee, take control of him here. If I want to, I can disarm him, putting pressure on the back of the knife to take it out of his hand and use the knife against him. Okay, let's just do that one again, a little bit faster this time. Yeah, just to show you how fast this can actually be used in actual combat. So as he comes in, notice I'm not being passive, I'm moving my big fat tummy out of the way. So as I block, I also create this space here. My belly was there, my belly is now that much further away. So there's a certain amount of body movement as I accept his technique. You'll notice some people have different quirks. I like to put a straight arm lock on. Jared likes to turn it into a bent arm lock, slightly twisting motion, more cradling it like you're holding a baby, turning it into a bent arm lock. I can take him all the way down to the ground and disarm him here. Okay, in this instance we're dealing with a threat where the person has got a knife to my throat, literally, and obviously the dangerous part of the where the damage can be done here is when the knife moves in that direction. So I have to stop that from happening to me immediately. I use my right hand and I bring it up like a policeman stopping the traffic. I'm stopping that motion of the knife like this. Trying to do that, slash me, he can't because I'm controlling it now. Okay. I then turn my shoulders away so that I'm pushing into his chest with the one hand, with one shoulder, and the other chest. I've moved his arm slightly out. This creates a gap over here. My left hand comes into that gap. And now, the golden rule, I've got both my hands on the weapon. It's now my weapon, it's no longer his. In order for me to use this weapon on him now, I need to get my head away, which I do by ducking under his armpit here, and then I've got the full power of my whole body to bring the weapon in and in and in again. Okay? Once again, the dangerous technique here would be this slashing motion, which I need to prevent from happening. By bringing my right hand up like a policeman stopping the traffic, I stop that motion here. He cannot do that motion against my neck. The only thing he can do now is pull the knife into me. So I counter that by turning my body sideways, thereby pushing his forearm away, my other shoulders against his chest, creating a little gap here for me to put my left hand up and with both of my hands now take control of the knife. It's now more my knife than it is his knife. And I'll drop my head out from under his armpit, and using my whole body, I can now thrust his own knife into him without me even touching the knife. It is now my weapon. Motions, or stabbing or thrusting motions. Okay, stabbing and thrusting, whether it's with a reverse blade or whether it's with a straight forward grip like that, and one needs to learn to deal with either slashes or stabs. Okay, in this first technique we're going to deal with a basic baseball bat swing type of slash, which comes from up there and comes down there. Okay, this is a very common form of attack. It would be the kind of attack that would occur if he had a panga in his hand, or whether he had a hunting knife like this in his hand. Okay, what we do now is we receive. Remember, he's giving me this thing. I need to be able to receive it in order to take control of it. I'm going to receive it with my palm out and my thumb down, like that, okay? So it doesn't matter whether to get it down there or whether I catch it here. Do not try and catch it like this, because in this instance, it's only my thumb that's in between, that's saving my life at this point. If he manages to work his way through the thumb, whereas here, it's my whole arm, okay? So in the darkness of the night, or it might be a very fast, and you basically got to have that reaction of there, okay? And then you've got to guide this thing down to a point where you can take control. And as I've said once before, once both my hands are here, it's now my knife. I can take it through here and I can break the arm and disarm him at this point. So essentially what I do is I accept it, take control, and now redirect. I'm pushing up here, down there, break the arm, disarm, and use the knife against him. Okay. Once again, we've got that same slashing attack, the same accepting, except I'm going to respond differently now. I'm going to step in and use my elbow to strike his floating ribs, step down, drop my body, and break his arm at this point. In the previous technique, I went outside of him, here, and broke his arm here. Now I'm on the inside of him, breaking his arm there, having stepped in this way. Here, stepping in, strike, strike, break, disarm. Now we're going to deal with a stabbing attack, similar to the one out of the Psycho movie. He's going to come in and stab me like this, and I am going to basically defend myself by blocking with my left hand here. My right hand is going to reach underneath his armpit and throw him down in a bent arm lock situation. Yeah, okay? I can control him very nicely in this situation, trapping the arm and the knife hand into there. Once again, maybe change the angle slightly if you're coming from here. There, reach under here, create the bend, take control, and done. Finish off the lock, strike. Okay, I'm going to just deal with some basic sideways slashing motions. The first slashing motion, I'm going to move my body out of the way like this to avoid it. And then he's immediately going to come back for a second slash, which offers me the opportunity that I need to accept the knife and take control of the situation. The first slash I managed to avoid. The second one I blocked here, bringing my left arm in as a long stop, and my right hand in as a short stop. Okay. I then deflected this over my head and use my right hand to...
Mon adversaire, en fait, m'a surpris, me frappe. Il me fait une série de coups de poing. Je vais arriver pour pousser mon travail sur l'extérieur de mon adversaire. Je vais faire une clé pour pouvoir faire un crochet et lui frapper dans les côtes. Je vais dégager son bras et le frapper avec l'intérieur de la main. Et je vais frapper à une zone bien spécifique. Pourquoi l'intérieur de la main? Parce que en combat, dans la rue, si vous frappez et que vous n'êtes pas prêt à savoir donner un coup de poing, le problème c'est que vous pouvez vous faire mal. Donc là on va chercher simplement un principe très simple, simplement ouvrir la main et frapper sur pour les partages et les... Ouais.